Tuesday, June 17th. This meeting is now called to order. Dr. Turner.
Got to come out of closed session.
Oh, excuse everything that I just said. We are returning from our special meeting for the purpose of adjournment. The special meeting that started at 5 o'clock is now adjourned. Now, welcome to the regular meeting of the Board of Education. This meeting is now officially called to order. Dr. Turner, can we have a roll call? Thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Blau.
Here.
Ms. Heinrich.
Present.
Mr. Hull.
Present.
I myself present. Ms. Weems.
Present.
Mr. Walker absent. Ms. Smith absent. You have a quorum.
Thank you. We will now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. It's a wonderful day to recognize the spring sports. So with that, I will turn it over to Dr. Coffin.
All righty. I would like to welcome Ms. Allison Robinson to the podium as we celebrate our spring athletes.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out tonight to celebrate our spring athletes. Thank you for having us here this evening. One of my favorite nights of the year, always. So tonight we honor our spring athletes and all their accomplishments, and you can hopefully see from the certificate table here that there are many. So we want to honor everybody, but also make sure that we're, doing it in a timely fashion. So here's how tonight's going to run. We have a PowerPoint you can see here, and as each team comes up, I'll call the coach up, and then at that time we'll have all the students who are here, or student athletes who are here for that particular sport. You can come and stand across the front here, okay? And then our coaches will give a summary of the season, how it went, and then we'll present the awards for the students who are here this evening. We're obviously honoring everyone, but those that are here this evening, we'll talk a small bit about them. And then I will be passing out your certificates as well, and bear with me. Normally, Ms. Punzel and Mr. Cahill are with us tonight, but both unfortunately had engagements. So I will do my best. I'm sorry if I don't know if I forget your name or give you the wrong one, but we'll sort it all out in the end. But I just want to say thank you again for being here. Thanks to the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the family friends who we know contribute to the success of our athletes. I know as a parent of an athlete myself how much it takes to make sure your kids get to practices, they get to tournaments, they have food, you buy the tickets, you do all the things that you need to do. It takes a village. So thank you for supporting our kids. To the athletes themselves, congratulations. It is no small feat to do well in school and balance a sport on top of that. Hours a night, hours on your weekends, getting up early, staying up late. We know the commitment that takes, and congratulations. That really shows who you are as people. And then I want to celebrate our coaches who are here tonight as well. We have some of the best coaches in the world. I will put them against anyone. They give of their time, they give of their energy, they come early, they stay late, and they are so proud of the programs, and we are so proud of the programs that they run and the students and the families that they work with. So just a quick round of applause for everybody that's here. Thank you for being here. And without further ado, let's start. Farmington High School boys baseball. I'm going to have Coach Colding come on up front. And all the baseball players, you guys can come up too. Don't be embarrassed, that's why you're here. Hey, how are you? Amen. I saw your jive turkey. What's wrong with you?
Down, do I, you want me to just talk about these things?
Season one if you want to, and then you'll talk about your three that are here.
Okay.
All right, and
okay.
I'll give them their awards.
Well, good evening, everybody. I am Chuck Colding. This is my second year at Farmington. I am gladly, I'm extremely happy and extremely proud of the young men that I have in front of you guys today. The season didn't go as we planned. We were extremely young, and we had a lot of injuries that affected us throughout the season. But what I am proud of is once I started, a lot of people didn't know that my stepfather passed right before the season started. So me personally, it took a toll. I was there, but I wasn't there, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Finally, a conversation that I had with one of the dads that kind of snapped me out of it, which at that point, I became Coach Chuck again. You know, I was able to, instead of being upset about little mistakes that young players make, I became a teacher. And I started preparing guys and getting guys ready for the summer, which I can proudly say that 2 of my next year seniors, one has made a commitment, the other one's made an offer today. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let them make the announcement. And then I have 4 others, 3 seniors and 2, another junior, that are going on visits. So hopefully by the time November comes around, we will have a lot of signings. So what I do want to say is one of the young men that we have that's not here, I'm going to say he's on a fishing trip with his grandfather, a much-deserved break. Vincent Pesci. Vinny was all-league, all OAA, all-league. He was academic all-league. He was academic all-district. He was academic all-region, and he made the all-district team. And I am still trying to figure out why he did not make the all-region team. Like, I want to go and knock on doors and ask. I want to see numbers right now because the young man out of our district, he was second in home runs. He was second in hits, and he led our district in batting average and also, what's the other one I'm thinking about? In batting average and RBIs. So how he didn't make the all-region team, I don't know, but hey, it's all good. But what I can say is that I'm super proud of our freshman, Anderson Axe, who was all-district honorable mention. Anderson, go ahead and wave, you know. This young man coming in as a freshman and again, having him on the team, you know, I knew he had the talent, but the way the way that he carried himself, you know, made me extremely proud. And I look forward to the next 3 years that you get into the senior to seeing what you do. But I will honestly say that he has already stirred enough interest in whether it's the scouts or college coaches. So I'm looking forward to seeing him develop. The one on the end, Andrew Pankey, please raise your hand. He was all district. This is Mr. Everything, our pitcher. Again, I cannot stress how hard he works and continues to work to get better. He is another one that he is on the radar. I will let him talk about his college commitment, but he is on the radar of a couple of scouts. So we will see how things go for this next year. And the one in the middle, Mr. Broke Thumb, Jaden Essery. Jaden also made all-district. Thing about Jaden is that 25 games in, Jaden had 27 stolen bases. He was batting .377. He was our leadoff hitter. And he was the straw to stir the drink. And it kind of, when he went down for the next, I would say, 5, 6, 7 games, it affected Anderson and it affected Vinny. So until, things they started kind of righting the ship. But he was a very, very, very important clog in our team. So again, extremely young. These 2 on the left will be seniors next year. Anderson will be a sophomore. I have right now 9 seniors next year, 14 juniors returning. So I expect this team to make a run at the States. But I have to humbly say that because I don't want to guarantee it or anything. But yeah, we're going to be good. I can't say that. So is there anything?
This is great.
Okay.
Thank you, Coach. So I did forget to mention that after every, we get a quick photo up as well. So I'm going to ask Coach to head over there. You guys hold up your certificates. Parents, if you need to come up and get a couple pictures, go right ahead. And we're all set. Thank you, Chuck.
You know, real quick. Hey, look, this lady here, she is everything to me. And Mr. and Mrs. Pankey, my parent groups. Without those 3, I would be banging my head against the wall. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Chuck.
Mr. and Mrs. Pankey.
Come on up, parents, don't be shy. Okay, thank you. Nice job. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, players. And now I'm going to call up Coach Russell from Farmington High School Girls Soccer. And girls players who are here, come on up front.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, school board, for having us out tonight. We have here an outgoing and an incoming captain. Excellent. I didn't know you were here, Nuha. Excellent. Wanted to say that Maddie on the left, or her left, my right, thank you, is one of our few, in my 3 decades of coaching, one of the few players that I've had that was the MVP for 2 years and also a captain for 2 years. So that is quite the accomplishment. As you can see, she is academic all-state. And then Nuha Abdul Malik is also academic all-state. And wanted to say about Nuha, one of the things I'm proudest about for her is that she started soccer as a freshman and became a key player in just 3 years. And that is really hard to do because soccer is a sport where most people don't use their feet as much as you have to in soccer, and did a really good job getting better at it. Maddie and a couple of other captains were Rebecca Phillip was also academic all-state, and then Sophia Koster, academic all-state. Both Sophia Koster and, like I said, Rebecca and Nuha, all 3 of them started playing soccer as freshmen. 2 of them became captains. All 3 of them are academic all-state. Really tough to do. Did a great job at that. Lexi Kapalungan is, again, at one of our next year captains, and it was all OAA Blue and also all division. Madeline was also all OAA Blue and all division. And so they did a great job this year. I'm really proud of the girls. We worked super hard. We really maximized our potential, and that's really all you can ask for a team. I'm really proud of the girls, and I really appreciate you guys having us out tonight, so thank you.
Don't leave, it's picture time. All right, parents, come on up. Thank you, Coach Russell, and girls soccer. Next, I'm going to welcome Coach Madison up to the front from Farmington girls softball. I think you just have one slide, right? Yeah, you got it.
Good evening. Thank you for having me out tonight. So just a little bit about us. From a team, winning 9 games last year, coming in as first year coach. I didn't really know what to expect, graduating 11 seniors. However, we had 2 seniors this year, and I came in, and they really bought into what I expected. And we end up being 23, 11, and 2. So we turned the program around. They bought in. We won a lot of games. They enjoyed the game. And I taught life lessons through softball. And that's pretty much it. We got Sophia Porterfield. She's not here tonight, but she was all district and all OAA. Grace Lamont, who isn't here, she was all district and all OAA. We have Autumn, who was all district and all OAA. And then we have Kylie Green here, that was all district, all OAA, and all region, first baseman.
Thank you, Coach. Green family, come on up. Okay, next I'm going to call up Coach TK for Farmington Girls Tennis. All right, all tennis players, please report to the front.
Yeah, I thought I only had one here. But what a one to have. She was amazing this year. This is Anushka, and she was regional finalist at the regional tournament, which was excellent. She played, all the way through to the finals, and we came up against Bloomfield, and they're tough every year. So, but she did a great job. And she also made the all-OAA squad, so we were happy about that. As you can see, we had many girls with many awards. I won't go through them all here because they're not here to accept anything, but I would like to say that we had a pretty good season. We finished second in the league. We actually tied for first, but we lost because we had one set fewer wins. So, and then we also finished third at regionals, which if we could have gotten that couple of finalists through the thing, we would have made it to states as well. We missed by only just 2 points. So we had a nice, successful season, and I thank Anushka for all her good hard work this year.
Thank you, Coach. All right, now I'm going to welcome up for boys and girls track, Coach Arnold. Come on up. And all track participants, head on up to the front, please. All track participants. We're starting with boys, so we'll just have the boys come on up first. Oh, well, everyone can come up then. Come on up.
We'll combine. Yeah. It's a good problem.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, so my name is Coach Arnold. So I'm one of a handful of coaches. So we have our track team together because that's how we run our program. So on paper, I'm the girls' head coach. My co-coach, who's technically the boys' head coach, Jeremy Hour, he couldn't be here. He's out of town, but he sends his regards as well. So thank you all for welcoming us. So we had a lot of success this year. It was a year of a lot of growth. We had a super duper young team last year. A lot, like it's at our banquet, we had probably double the amount of sophomores this year than any other class. So it's a very young group, which is a good thing to have. That means that they keep developing. And those younger groups scored a lot of points for us this year. So I guess overall as a team, we'll talk about those accomplishments. For the boys, we finished, I believe, third in the blue division. We had a 2-3 record, but we were, if you take all the points that we scored, we outscored. It's just we lost a couple really, really close meets to some really, really good teams. On the girls' side, we had one of our better years that I can remember. I mean, I haven't, I'm not ancient, but I've been around for 5 years now. So our girls were OAA Blue champions, league champions, and we were looking back and on our records. This was, if COVID didn't get canceled, this would have been our 6th division title in a row for the girls. So they had a spectacular year. And we had some regional champions up here. We have some state finalists up here in this group. And we had 2 all-state athletes. So with us tonight is Rachel Hibbs. So she was all-state in the high jump. She tied for 6th place at the state championships, which was remarkable as a sophomore. And then our other one who is not here tonight is Eddie Marie King. She is our shot putter, and she placed 4th at the state championships. So it was a very, very good season for us. We had 11 kids that went to states and a lot of really near misses. So going through kind of our list, on our slides we got regional champions and all those different kinds of things. We had a lot of really, really close, really, really near misses. So at the regionals, you have to qualify to the state meets by performing so well at the regionals, either in the top 2 places or hitting a time. And on a couple of our, especially on the girls' side, some of our relays were either less than half a second away or we'd placed third, or else we would have taken, I think, close to 20 kids. So next year, that's something to look forward to because, again, we have a really young team. But in front of us, we have Lola Gray, Jessica Anderson, Allison Stevens, Rachel Hibbs, Helen Berkmeyer, and then for the boys, we got John Howell, Derek Cheatham, and then on the end, we got Kennedy Jones and Lauren Murray. And all these individuals were all region, all conference. Again, Rachel was a all-state athlete, handful of regional champions. And then Allison was our freshman. She won the freshman Oakland County Championships in the long jump as well. So that was very exciting for us. So we're hoping that we can build off of our successes this year. We have a smaller senior group. So I guess one thing I should mention that almost slipped my mind. A couple individuals up here recently also at the regional meet broke our school record in the boys 4x200 meter relay. So that was great. That was John Howell, John, Jalen Stevens, Blaze Farrington, and Herschel McCormick-Reamer. So they broke our school record. And you know, if some of these guys keep the work up, we only graduated one of those, so it could be another record going down soon. So very good stuff out of all of our individuals. And we are excited to see what the future holds, especially for this group in front of us today. So thank you very much.
Sorry.
I was never any good at it. But still run.
All right, I think everybody's got it, yeah? All right, parents, come on up.
Well, you know, that's what my kids were. My kids now, they have it's all. Yeah. All right,
Thank you. Thanks,
Thank you. No, that was perfect.
action items too.
Okay. Now we have North Farmington Boys Golf. Unfortunately, Coach could not be here tonight. If there are any North Farmington Boys golfers, please come on up front. I'm not sure if there are. Oh. All right. North Farmington Girls Soccer, come on up front. All right. Thank you. Sorry to say, Coach could not be here tonight either, but I would like to honor the two of you. If you have any words you want to say about the season, you can come over here on the microphone. Anybody want to talk about it? Yeah, come on over.
Okay, hi, I'm Brianna Murphy. This was actually my first year playing high school soccer because I previously played club. But I just want to thank Vanessa for asking me a million times to come play for the school. And I had a lot of fun playing. I love the team. And I'm glad that we had a really great season, one full of winning. And it was really just a great time to experience it. So it was definitely one of the highlights of my senior year.
Thank you. I definitely could not have done as good a job, so I appreciate it. So Brianna, as we see, was all region and all state honorable mention. Congratulations. And Vanessa Cantor is our other participant here tonight, and she earned all state academic honors. So congratulations, girls. Okay, next I'm going to have Coach Andre come on up for North Farmington girls tennis. And tennis players, come on up front.
Good evening, everybody. So we had a really amazing season. To give you kind of the highlights, we placed sixth place in the state tournament out of 25 teams. It was the best finish by a North Farmington girls team since 2004. We also came in second place in the white division, which is a tough league. So that was really impressive. Then also we came in second place at the regionals, playing Seaholm really close. So another great accomplishment. But more importantly, what's especially amazing is not just the results of this team, but the sportsmanship that these ladies displayed. Obviously these four, which I'll talk about in a second, but the whole team, they really built a culture of teamwork, of camaraderie. They truly care for one another. They represented the school amazingly. Coaches would always say, just how amazing our players are and what great sportsmanship they have. So I'm just so proud to coach this team. And so I'm going to say a couple words about each of these amazing young ladies. So we have Chloe Cole here. So Chloe was in the regional lineup, and she is part of the group who won the All Academic Award, All State Academic. She is also an OAA All-League recipient, as well as played one doubles and reached the quarterfinals at the state tournament. She and her partner, who I'll talk about next, pulled off an amazing come-from-behind upset against the 5th seed to get to the quarterfinals. And then next to her, we have Karina Uecki. She was actually Chloe's partner. So obviously she reached the quarterfinals at states at one doubles. Very impressive. She is also a recipient of OAA All-League and also a recipient of the All-State Academic Award. And then next to Karina, we have Izzy Sterling. So she and her partner reached the quarterfinals at states at 4 doubles, which was very impressive. She also is a recipient of the All-State Academic Team Award for being, part of the regional team. And by the way, we completely blew out of the water the requirements that's needed to be All-State Academics. It's like 3.25, and as a team, we had like 3.7 something, so it was very impressive what these amazing young women are able to do, balancing tennis and still keeping strong academics. So congratulations, Izzy. And then next to Izzy, we have Samantha Krug. Sam is actually a state champion. She won the state championship of free singles. Something else that's very special is she had an undefeated season. She didn't even lose one set. She was 25-0, and like I said, didn't even lose a set the whole season. Sam also earned the designation of OAA All-League. She's a regional champion. Obviously, like I said, state champion. And then she received the All-State Academic Regional Team honor. So I'm just really proud of all of you guys. You know, it was such a joy getting to coach you guys. I look forward to it each day. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for you guys' time.
Well, there's one more award. Coach Andre was our Regional Coach of the Year. So congratulations, Coach. Thank you very much. You also get a certificate. Hold on, one more. And now we have North Farmington Boys and Girls Track. I'm going to welcome up Coach Alexander. Thank you. And boys and girls, we'll do the same as we did for Farmington. Come on up front.
Good evening. I'm Christian Alexander, one of your executive assistants for the district and also a former track coach for Harrison High School and now currently with North Farmington. We had a wonderful season this year. The weather was definitely weathering. We had a lot of snow and rain and wind that our kids had to go through. But however, we just want to recognize our students for their hard work this season. So we are going to start with Braylon James.
She might be on the next slide here. I think we have boys first, so if you want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's what she did at the end, right? Yeah.
Okay, Braylon James, she was a state qualifier for hurdles, all region in the hurdles and 4x1 relay, all OAA, and she was our 9th grade Oakland County champ in the 100-meter hurdles. Okay, next we have Nevaeh Trammell. And Nevaeh, I don't.
These arrows. She might be in the next one. Yeah, there we go.
And Nevaeh Trammell also is one of our sprinters, our region 4x1 meter relay. And next we have Isabella Thibodeau, and she is one of our seniors this year. Isabella, let's see if we can go, placed 4th place at OAA Blue and 9th place at our regional meet in the 300-meter hurdles. And we have Chloe Nelson, all region in the 4x1 100-meter relay. And I'm going to recognize our captains who are not here tonight, but we had Cheyenne Weems and also Cora Liu, who were great captains this year. Cora will be attending Siena Heights for track. And again, we want to just thank Ms. Weems for allowing us to have Cheyenne as a captain as well. She was a multi-year captain for our girls track team. And I believe that's it for the girls, right? I'm going to go to our boys. All right, and for our boys, we have Alex Hamilton. Alex was all region in the 1,600 meters, OAA champion in the 3,200 meters. Alex also is our captain for our boys as well. Okay. And next we have Caleb Nelson. And Caleb, the state qualifier, all region, all county in the 400-meter dash. Next, we have Elijah Moore. Elijah was first place freshman county in the shot put, and freshman county also in the discus. Let's give it up for Elijah. Next, we have Arturo Wilson. He was the state qualifier, all region in discus, all county in discus. Then we have, is it Ariana? Okay, Ariana Fletcher. Ariana Fletcher, 9th grade county, first in discus, second in the shot put. Let's give Ariana a hand. For our boys, we had Alex Hamilton as the captain, and we also had Duke as the captain. Duke will also be attending Adrian College for football and also for track. So just want to recognize that as well. Thank you.
Ariana, I'm getting your shift. Sorry, pause. Pause. All right, that concludes our presentation. Thanks again to everybody for coming out tonight. We appreciate you and hope everybody has a great summer. Thank you.
We'll take a two-minute recess.
Just took it off.
Yep. We will now move to items from the president, and we will start with a motion. Sorry, thank you. It is. We'll start with an approval of the agenda.
President Williams, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agenda with the following two corrections. Under item 4, items from the president. Item C, notification of trustee appointment expiration, David Turner, June 17, 2025. It should be trustee appointment resignation. And the other correction is under section X, which is a discussion item, which is the superintendent's succession plan, and that I move that we move that to action items and make it action item J, superintendent succession planning. They would leave no discussion items. Those are the only two corrections that I have. Other than that, I make the motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
Motion to approve an amended agenda made by Dr. Turner and seconded by Mr. Hull. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, yes.
So superintendent succession planning, do we need to discuss that before we act on it?
We can have a discussion as part of the action.
As part of the action? Okay. So we're removing discussion items altogether?
Correct, and we'll just do discussion and action as part of the action items.
Okay.
Thank you. Any further discussion? We're moving on the amended agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion passes. We'll now move to announcements. We have a pretty full agenda, so I'll try to be quick, but it's end of the year, so there's a lot going on. First, want to congratulate all of the graduates. It was an immense pleasure to watch Farmington Central, Visions, North Farmington, and Farmington graduate. It was also a pleasure because there are so many parents at this table that have children who graduated. Congratulations, Ms. Scripture, Mr. Hull, Dr. Turner, and I'll congratulate myself. It was just pure joy the last few weeks with senior all-night parties and graduations and graduation parties. I wish every graduate well. I wish all of your families to just bask in this glow until they start to get on your nerves again. All right. Next, I wanted to recognize that we had an opportunity recently, earlier this afternoon, to have a discussion with our superintendent. I am very happy to report that we believe our superintendent is doing a great job, so we had a really good conversation about performance. We also took the time to have a really good retreat. We have a quarterly retreat. We had our last retreat for the school year. It is an all-day event where we really take a deep dive into some really good topics. I was really, really happy that the board got to go through outlining. We learned a lot about the safety protocols that are going on in our school. I'm really, really just very pleased with our Farmington and Farmington Hills police departments. Their response times are impeccable. I learned a lot, including the fact that we benefit. Most cities across the country, 90% of them have a police force of less than 50 officers, and I'm very happy about the fact that Farmington Hills has over 100 police officers. They are doing a great job. They're extremely responsive, and they're a great partner with us in our schools. We had a good discussion around policy items, specifically around student behaviors. I asked the school district to revisit the positive student culture handbook. And in response to some feedback I'm getting from students, from parents, from staff around behaviors and inconsistencies in how we respond to behaviors. And I think it's very important that we create a culture across Farmington Public Schools and hold both adults and students to a high standard and hold them accountable. And so I look forward to future revisions to that and to training across the district on how we're going to handle student behaviors going forward. We also had a great conversation on data. That's really the main topic of these retreats, is to dig into the data in a lot much more detail than we do here at the table. It's important for board members who are not, some of us are not in the education profession, to really understand what the data is telling us. We were able to celebrate in some areas, and we found some areas where we, want the district to continue to focus and pay attention. I know we've put in a lot of new resources and plans, and sometimes it takes time to see those things pan out, but we're really happy with the direction that we're moving in, and we understand and share the sense of urgency is what really came across in that meeting. It was a really, really good discussion. We also talked through our board goals. We regularly assess ourselves. As a reminder, the board had 4 goals this year. One was related to student achievement, and I think we received some mixed results there. We're proud of the fact that we've got finally established a dashboard, thank you, Dr. Coffin, where we have goals, long-term and short-term, and we're measuring ourselves on a regular basis around how we're going to move the needle and become a premier, we are a premier school district, but with respect to some of the other measures that people look at, particularly around student achievement. We know that we've got some work to do around some of the other measurements. We feel like we did a really good job as it relates to ensuring that our resources are aligned to our priorities. This is the first time I've felt like we had a really good conversation about where we're spending our dollars and making sure that it's focused in the areas that we think need the most attention. Thank you, Mr. Hull, for helping us reach our goal around board development. We are now a certified board, and it's my recollection that a few years ago was the first time in history, and you helped keep us with that tradition. So I'm really, really proud about that. And then we continue to get better and better around data and governance. So I think we're doing a really good job. We will revisit goals in August, as we agreed, and develop our goals for the fiscal 25-26 school year, which I suspect will have a lot more conversation around assessments and achievement and student achievement, but also around long-term facilities planning. Many folks on the board had an opportunity to go visit other schools. I was drooling a little bit. There's something about brick and mortar. We're always going to have schoolhouses, school buildings, and we want to continue that premier school district. I want to continue that premier school district with respect to our facilities. What I'm really happy about is that we've done the work already, thank you, Dr. Coffin, around reimagining high school, around understanding what our curriculum needs are so that we can build around that as opposed to building first and then trying to fit something into a structure. So I feel like we've done the right work, and we're at a place now where we can engage the community in a conversation about what we want to see with respect to facilities. I know already through our Cobalt surveys that we want better STEM facilities and that we want better athletic facilities. I want to hear more from our community so that we can, start planning to make sure that our students have what they should have in terms of facilities needs. And that ends my announcement. I would like to move on to an acknowledgement that Dr. Turner is leaving us. He's had enough. He sent a formal resignation to myself and that he is resigning from the position of board secretary and board trustee of the Farmington Public Schools, effective today at 11:59 p.m. He says that the opportunity to serve the students and community of Farmington Public Schools during his term has been appreciated. Being able to meaningfully contribute to the district's growth and development has been a valuable experience, and he wishes us all the best. I want to personally thank Dr. Turner for agreeing to come back when we needed help. You are a very experienced board member, and I've had the pleasure of serving with you 10 years ago. And I appreciate you coming back, not once, but twice. So thank you very much for doing that. Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the public?
Keep fighting. You know, it's tough out there as it relates to public education, and you all know it as well as I do. Your children are very important to you, as they are to me, as well as making sure that we do have a premier district that continues to attract families like my family when we came here nearly 20 years ago. It is still a mecca for greatness, and I know we can be as great as we feel that we are. So, carry on. Is this tequila?
There is no alcohol allowed on the premises, so no, it is not.
I'm an adult.
Mrs. Heinrich.
Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to work with Dr. Turner previously, but I really want to thank you. You just did not fill a seat. You were very involved, active, brought a lot of expertise and, you know, evidence your last day on the board. You're working as hard as you did your first day on the board, and I really appreciate you're leaving a pretty big seat to fill, not size-wise, but as far as content-wise, and so I hope that we continue to have this, you know, meaningful board members continue to volunteer their time and give to our district, and we really, the whole community, appreciate you.
It's a pleasure to serve.
Mr. Hull.
Yeah. Also, I would like to thank you, Dr. Turner, for putting your arm around me and showing me, hey, this is how you do things, in which that, you know, you do the even kill type of weigh all options, and then you go with what's right, what you feel that's right in your heart. I appreciate that. I appreciate the way that you a lot of I guess men don't say, hey, let me show you certain ways how to do certain things, protocol, even took to me to the side and say, hey, you know, let's try to work it like this instead of like that. And that takes a big man to actually do. So I really do appreciate the mentorship and the continued friendship.
Very welcome.
Thank you. We appreciate you, and I want to offer one last round of applause. Back to work, Dr. Turner. We will now move on to public comment. Is there anyone who has public comment? Please bring it to the front. During public comment, members of the community have the opportunity to speak. We will hear from Sherry Crawley first. A timer will be on the screen. You have 3 minutes to make your comments. We ask that if you have a comment that is related to a staff member or a student, that you refrain from using their name, and the board will listen intently, but generally the board does not respond to public comment. Welcome to the board meeting.
Thank you so much for having me. I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to be able to serve your students. It has been a pleasure over the last 7 years. We've had, however, this year the most amazing time, and I'd like to say just from everything that's been presented today, this afternoon, as a Farmington resident, it just makes me proud to be able to be a part of the community and to be able to empower not only 100,000 girls across the globe, but most importantly right here in our backyard. I wanted to just say from our pre and post evaluations, we saw a tremendous impact and increase not only within the students, and we all know that self-esteem directly correlates with academic achievement. And being able to track the data that we've seen from the girls that have participated from themselves, but also from their parents and from our liaisons and the staff, it has been a joy to be able to serve in this capacity. I also want to credit you all. We have had other school districts be impressed by the work that we're doing here in Farmington Hills. For example, the Little Canton School District that just came on board, and they really mirrored what we're doing here in Farmington. So that was a really big piece of impact as well. In addition to, it's not easy right now being a youth, and so creating the safe spaces that we've been able to do from elementary, middle, and high school, and be engaged with offering not only our core SEL program, which is our 15-week leadership program, but to also infuse it and pepper throughout our academic programs for college readiness. So sharing. Okay. Sharing with our high school students the importance of not only just doing those things in school for SAT and ACT prep, but also high impact activities that will be able to set them apart and be able to help them be more ready for receiving those full rides that we're all excited about when our students get. And as well, we wanted to make sure that that we focus in on the future of our students, and with social media being what it is. We are seeing at younger ages girls really being impacted by negative images that they see online through the music, and we've been able to engage and even build a gap between our elementary students as they're heading to middle school, as well as vice versa with our middle school students as they are headed to high school. So we just want to thank you and celebrate all of the success that we've had within the district. Thank you all so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. And I'll just take a moment of privilege. I have 3 pretty brown girls, and I'm very proud of them. It looks like we got another pretty brown girl right up here. The work that you do, and another, I didn't know whether she was in it or not. Okay. Thank you for the work that you do. I really appreciate it. Next we have David Villar.
Hello. I have always been a proponent for diversity, equity, and inclusion as far as it pertains to young black boys getting as much encouragement to excel in the STEM learning as possible. And it's great to see that we're making progress in certain areas. I really wish that we could get some parental surveys in order to address those disparities that I have heard and that when I speak to people, still say exist. And it would really make a difference to see as we move to the next school year that we find even more robust solutions in this political climate that we're in, which is trying to undermine the progress that's been going on. I grew up in Detroit. I grew up in a very rough area, and it was very hard to find that encouragement. And that's the one thing I like about Farmington Hills is that there is encouragement, but I think, like what was said, there are other things going on in our society that can undermine the confidence. And a lot of that can come from social media. A lot of it can come from the choices that our parents make, whether or not our parents are adequately supported by the community, because some parents are, struggling just to get by. And then for some of our children to be really convinced that they're included in the social cohesion of a science class or of a program that encourages a math competition or something to that effect. So I may sound a little vague, I may sound a little disjointed, but I do think that what I'm saying is understandable, and I just hope that we can make this more than just about people of color. Because a lot of times when it's about people of color, a lot of times, from what I've heard and understand, a lot of black parents and a lot of black kids feel like that they're last in that group to be considered. The Saturday tutoring program is one big encouraging step, but I think that we need others, and like I say, the parent surveys would really go a long way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any further public comment? Is there any further public comment? Seeing no further public comment, we will close this public comment period and we will move to items from the Secretary. Dr. Turner?
Thank you. The board has received communications regarding 4 items. First item being media literacy skills. Second was Office of Head Start notifications. Third being the Farmington Public Schools art teacher wins Best in Show at an art exhibit. And lastly, an email regarding concerns regarding principal hiring practices in the Farmington Public Schools. The board acknowledges communication and responds when appropriate. A list of correspondences can be found in the board packet accessible on the Farmington Public Schools website. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on to legislative update.
Yes, thank you, President Weems. I have already forwarded to my fellow board members some information from the weekly government relations update from last week. Things for you to take a look at and be aware of. Also, I will be sharing with you from the recent Government Relations Council meeting at the county level some resources from our legislative representative, Lisa Hansknecht. Some, in particular, on the second to last page of the document that I'll share with you, there are some toolkits for contacting our legislators around some of the pending legislation. In particular, I'd like to point out, I did forward the K-12 Alliance of Michigan information to you. According to our Michigan Constitution, quote, no payment, credit, tax, benefit, exemption, or deduction, tuition, voucher, subsidy, grant, or loan of public monies or property shall be provided directly or indirectly to support the attendance of any student at any such non-public school. And yet, in the current school aid budget being entertained, there is a significant amount of money, $40.8 million, that is designated to go to private K-12 schools, along with another $170.6 million in scholarships to students attending private universities, marking the first time that Michigan would issue direct per pupil aid to private schools. This sets a potentially unconstitutional precedent and further diverts resources from public school students. So just something to be aware of. The K-12 Alliance is a multi-county alliance that does great work for us to try and keep us aware of times when our voices are needed to help protect our public school students. So this is one of those times. So watch your inbox, email inbox for those resources.
Thank you very much. We'll now move to district updates. Dr. Coffin?
All right, thank you, President Weems. First, I'd like to ask Mr. Brad Paddock, Assistant Superintendent of Talent Development and HR, to the podium to introduce, to make some administrative introductions.
Thank you. Good evening, Dr. Coffin and members of the Board of Education. It is an honor and a privilege to stand before you this evening to fulfill one of my most significant responsibilities entrusted in me, and that would be recommending candidates for our building level administrative positions. As we conclude another successful school year, I am filled with enthusiasm and pride to introduce two exceptional, long-serving members of Farmington Public Schools community who are poised to assume vital leadership roles pending your approval later this evening. Each of these leaders brings a distinct blend of skills and experience cultivated right here in Farmington Public Schools. First, I am pleased to introduce and recommend Ms. Laura Koroleski, who as the next principal of Gill Elementary, succeeding Chris Solomon upon her retirement. Laura, would you please come forward? Thank you. Mrs. Koroleski began her career with Farmington Public Schools in 2008 as a first grade teacher at Wooddale Elementary School. Since then, she has demonstrated unwavering dedication and expertise across several of our schools, including Wood Creek Elementary, Lanigan Elementary, and most recently Gill Elementary, where she has served as the tiered support lead teacher since 2024. Additionally, since 2022, Laura has taken on the role of incoming kindergarten camp supervisor and coordinator, underscoring her commitment to supporting students' transitions and fostering their early learning success. Laura's broad experiences across multiple schools in our district, coupled with her leadership in instructional support and early childhood programming, ultimately equips her to address the diverse needs of our student body. Her proven ability to collaborate and lead with staff, students, and families make her an exemplary choice to lead and inspire the Gill Elementary community. Notably, throughout the interview process, Laura expressed that serving as principal at Gill is simply a dream and a dream job. On behalf of Dr. Coffin and the leadership, cabinet leadership, I extend our gratitude to you, Laura. for keeping Farmington Public Schools as your professional home. We look forward to a long and successful partnership between you and the Gill community. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Laura Koroleski.
Good evening, Dr. Coffin, President Weems, members of the Board of Education, Mr. Paddock, and the entire Farmington Public Schools community. I want to sincerely thank you for the opportunity to serve as the next principal of Gill Elementary. I'm truly honored and humbled by your trust and your confidence in me. Throughout my time in Farmington, I've been fortunate to grow in a variety of roles as a classroom teacher, instructional coach, tiered support teacher lead, and now principal. Each of these experiences has deepened my commitment to our students and strengthened my belief in the power of public education. I'm especially grateful to the many FPS mentors and leaders who have guided and supported me along the way. It's a true privilege to continue serving the incredible staff, students, and families of Gill in this new capacity. I'm excited to lead with purpose, passion, and care, and to partner with our community to ensure every child has the opportunity to thrive. Thank you once again for this incredible opportunity. I'm proud to be part of a district that truly values equity, innovation, and student success.
Next, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Jennifer DeBella. Jennifer, would you please come forward? Mrs. DeBella is being recommended as the new principal of Longacre Elementary School, succeeding Rhonda Henry, who has recently been appointed as the district's Assistant Superintendent of Innovation and Strategic Initiatives. Pending board approval this evening, Jennifer will also begin her role next month. Jennifer has been a dedicated second-grade teacher at Longacre Elementary since 2018. Her experience also includes prior teaching at High Meadow Common Campus, Warner Middle School, and roles as an instructional coach and equity lead within the district. From 2018 to 2021, she served as the FPS Summer Read Supervisor, further demonstrating her commitment to student achievement and enrichment. During the interview process, Jennifer articulated a compelling vision for advancing the Leader in Me program initiative at Longacre, while also thoughtfully considering the future direction for both staff and students at that building. Her insight, dedication, and forward systems thinking approach make her exceptionally well suited to lead Longacre into its next chapter. Jennifer, on behalf of Dr. Coffin and the Cabinet Leadership Team, we would also like to thank you for your steadfast commitment to Farmington Public Schools, and we are proud to see you rise to the position of principal within this organization. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Jennifer DeBella.
Thank you, Dr. Coffin, President Weems, the Board of Education, Mr. Paddock, Mrs. Henry, and the Farmington Public Schools community. It has been an absolute pleasure to spend my entire career teaching within Farmington Public Schools. The intentional care, mentoring, and development I've received, both as a teacher and a leader, have meant so much to me and have directly benefited the students I've had the privilege to teach over the years. Stepping into the role of principal at Longacre is a true honor. I'm committed to drawing upon all that I've learned from my incredible mentors to help grow, empower, and enrich the lives of Longacre students. Thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to working alongside our staff and community to ensure our students learn and lead each and every day. Thank you.
I want to just compliment Mr. Paddock for the work that you do in attracting and growing our teacher leaders and our staff. I appreciate your retention efforts and all that you do. And I especially want to thank and congratulate the two folks that are now moving into these roles. I truly appreciate the growing within Farmington Public Schools. And Mrs. DeBella, congratulations, but Mrs. Koroleski, This is news to me. I didn't know about, how this was going to work out or that you were even applying, but I am so glad to hear that you're with us and that you're in this position. Gill needs you. You are a passionate, kind, caring person. You're exactly what Gill needs. And you're going to step into, Chris's role and do your own thing, but I just wish you all the best, both of you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you and congratulations. And you get to join us tomorrow for a meeting, so you're already right in. Yeah. Perfect. This past week wrapped up our 24-25 school year. However, the end of the school year brings celebrations, but not an end to learning opportunities. Our summer school programs are well underway. They're filled with students from all ages taking part in either our virtual summer school options, as well as in-person innovation programs, music camps, summer enrichment programs, and camp invention and science camp. Our educators have also been hard at work over the last couple of days. We had over 55 staff right here in this room for the last 2 days for our first ever Farmington Public Schools InnoCon. This 2-day innovation conference brought together educators and administrators to work on design sprints and school-based planning that help them build a case for change, exploring new structures and models, and hearing from local business leaders and our own student entrepreneurs. I continue to be in awe of our awesome educators who are leading the way in reimagining education. That is all I have this evening, President Weems. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before we go to the next public comment, is that what's next? Oh, yeah, because we don't have discussion items anymore.
Reports from.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for keeping me honest. Let's move to reports from board committees. Dr. Blau.
Yes, we had a recent communications and community engagement committee meeting at which we discussed the dialogues, community dialogues that we have enjoyed this past school year. While attendance varied from a lot to a few, depending upon the topic, we do feel that that the dialogues were very, very powerful and successful, even when the group of attendees was small. As we look forward into next year, there are a couple of initiatives that we're considering. One is a book study that Ms. Heinrich and I have been long wanting to do. So we're going to see if we can get that to happen. We didn't want to interfere with the book study that was already going on around the anxious generation this year, which we both participated in, and that was wildly successful, and leading to some ongoing work together with community members and Mr. Smith. But we would like to host some book club style opportunities together with residents and board members. So look for that for next year. And we also are considering moving to a more informal model of creating opportunities for board members and community members to engage, maybe more of a coffee and conversation type of a model. So we'll work on that, think about it over the summer, and work on it as we get together as a committee in the fall. And stay tuned for new and wonderful opportunities to engage with board members outside of the board meeting. So,
thank you very much. We will now move to public comment because we no longer have discussion items. Is there public comment? Mr. Henry, I think you know how this process works. You have 3 minutes.
All right. Good evening, board members. First off, I would like to say thank you to all those who have congratulated me with graduation and everything that's been going on these past few weeks. Your warm wishes have been really greatly appreciated. And, I've just been doing my best to get acclimated to the new normal that I'm dealing with. So thank you. It's been a lot of fun these past 4 years, and especially this past year and a half getting to speak at these board meetings. And of course, it wouldn't be a board meeting if I weren't speaking about the STEM facility, which I am still, of course, hoping to get a little more progress on before I'm leaving in mid-August for college, just because I know that I've been pushing really hard for this, and I don't want that steam to be lost. So I'm hoping that this board is able to get bids ready and proposals on those bids created and actually voted on before year end, because I believe from what I've just heard that is the goal, but if that goal isn't achieved, I don't know if there's a realistic timeline where people who are currently on the robotics team will even be able to use that STEM facility come senior year for them. And that's my biggest goal, is that there are people currently in districts who, you know, are aware of this issue and are presently experiencing it. It's my goal that they're able to benefit from the work that goes on at these meetings. So again, I'm just hoping that, you know, that timeline is still being held realistically, and there's avid work being done towards it, because it is really, really important for these kids that they have that opportunity. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Is there any further public comment? Any further public comment? Seeing none, we will move on to action items. But before we get to action items, I want to share these action hero items with you. Yes. Yeah. No, everybody gets one. Yes. I'm excited by this. Here you go. 1, 2, 3. No, you're not. So a few weeks ago, Dr. Blau, you gave us some purple capes, right? Yes. And I've been kind of joking that, you know, we're superheroes. We do a lot of work. And we're about to move on 10 action items in one night. So I think we are superheroes. And so I want to thank Mrs. Corbett for tuning in and watching us and sharing these with us. You can do what you like. I am going to wear mine. Yeah, baby.
Oh, God.
Because I'm a
Nobody's going to be able to, because seriously.
Flip over. Okay, thank you. Yes, I'd like to wear mine as we move into 10 action items tonight. You guys ready? All right. And these are gold. So, okay?
They're what? They're
Gold. That's his, he like, and he's got the black on today. He wasn't going to wear the purple and gold. I'll wear the purple and gold.
Well, before everybody leaves tonight, we have to take a picture.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yes.
You look fabulous. It really dresses up your whole outfit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was wearing it wrong. Thank you, Mrs. Corbett. This is right up my alley. Not necessarily my board members, but I appreciate you guys joining in on the fun, being good sports. All right, great. Okay, moving into action items. Okay, so is there a motion related to the 2025 budget? If you'll recall, this item was presented in detail at the June 3rd board meeting. And I think we had lots of opportunities to ask some really good questions. And I know the Finance and Facilities Committee went through this and in a lot of detail, along with providing some comments and thoughts around the budget parameters earlier on in the year. Is there a motion?
I usually print.
I do. Here, I can share you. I can share this with you. You got it?
I move that the Board of Education approve the Form L4029 tax rate request for all properties, which results in 8.3039 mills on homesteads and industrial personal property, 21.2 mills on non-homesteads, and 14.3039 mills on commercial personal property.
Support. That is the motion on the tax levy. Is that correct? So we can move on that one. The motion has been made by Mrs. Heinrich and supported by,
Wasn't that the budget one?
That was tax levy.
that was a tax levy.
Okay.
It's okay. We can just vote on the tax levy instead. So a motion's been made on the tax levy which results in 8.3039 mills on homesteads and 21.2 mills on industrial property and 14.3039 mills on non-homesteads. That was seconded by, was it Dr. Turner?
Yes.
All right, we'll do a roll call. Any discussion? We'll do a roll call vote.
Mr. Hull?
Yes.
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now for the budget, which is one item before that one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I move that the Board of Education approve the 2025-2026 General Appropriations Resolution as presented and waive the reading of the resolution.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the 25-26 General Appropriations Resolution as presented and waive the reading of the resolution. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
Mr. Hull?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, we need a motion on the second budget amendment, item C.
I move that the Board of Education approve this one, 2024-2025 revised general appropriations resolution as presented and waive the reading of the resolution.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the 24-25 revised general appropriations resolution and waive the reading of the resolution. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote, please, Dr. Turner?
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
Mr. Hull?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next, we are moving on to approval of the board meeting schedule. This was presented in the June 3rd meeting as well. Mrs. Heinrich?
I move that the Board of Education approve the 2025-2026 board meeting schedule as presented.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the meeting schedule. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion passes. Next, we move on to the technology purchase, which was also presented on June 3rd. Mrs. Heinrich?
I move that the Board of Education approve the purchase of new technology equipment in an amount not to exceed $425,000 to be funded by the 2020 bond as presented at the June 3rd, 2025 regular meeting.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the purchase of technology equipment in the amount not to exceed $425,000. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, legal representation for the 2025-26 year. This is normally done at our,
Skipped one.
did I skip one?
We have F.
Skipped
Oh, thank you
athletic.
for that. I appreciate that. Okay, next we have the Michigan High School Athletic Association membership resolution. Yes,
I move that the Board of Education approve the MHSAA 2025-2026 membership resolution and waive the reading of the resolution.
Support.
motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the MHSAA membership resolution and waive the reading of the resolution. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we move on to legal representation. This is one of our annual organizational meeting items. Mrs. Heinrich.
I move that the Board of Education authorize administration to contract for legal representation with the following firms for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026. Clark Hill, PLC, Collins and Blaha, PC, Miller, Canfield, Paddock and Stone, PC, Miller Johnson, Thrun Law Firm, PC. Troon.
Is there a second?
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the legal firms as listed in the board packet. Is there any discussion? I only want to mention that these are the law firms that we currently have, and there have been no significant changes. So I just wanted to make that statement. All right, can we have a roll call vote?
Dr. Blau.
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich.
Yes.
Mr. Hull.
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. The next two are related to bargaining contracts, and I want to thank Mr. Paddock for being our lead here and seeing these through. The first one is related to FASA, or our administrators. Mrs. Heinrich?
I move that the Board of Education approve the tentative bargaining agreement between the Farmington Board of Education and the Farmington Association of School Administrators, FASA, MEA-NEA, as presented.
Support.
There's been a motion made to approve the agreement between the Farmington Board of Education and the Farmington Association of School Administrators, made by Mrs. Heinrich, seconded by Dr. Turner. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, may we have a roll call vote?
Dr. Blau.
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich.
Yes.
Mr. Hull.
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Next is the FMC bargaining contract. Mrs. Heinrich?
I move that the Board of Education approve the tentative bargaining agreement between the Farmington Board of Education and the Farmington Maintenance and Cafeteria Association, FMC, MEA-NEA, as presented.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the agreement between the Farmington Board of Education and the Farmington Maintenance and Cafeteria Association. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Hull.
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich.
Yes.
Dr. Blau.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
I myself, yes.
Thank you. This next one is the item that was moved from discussion to action, and it relates to the board's requirement as part of its policy to identify a successor in the event that something unfortunate happens to our superintendent. This is not an appointment of a superintendent. This is in the event that, I don't want to wish anything bad on our superintendent, but this is a short-term matter which will allow the district to continue its operations. This is something that we do annually. We identify the person that is the next in charge, if you will, for a short period of time while the board makes a decision about the ultimate long-term successor. This person is usually a member of the superintendent's cabinet. And so today the recommendation is to appoint Rhonda Henry, who was in Dr. Coffin's old position, as the person who would be that emergency contact. Did you have something to say?
I was just calling.
Oh. Is there a motion?
That's what I was raising.
Yes, thank you.
I move that. Thank you. I move that the Board of Education authorize Rhonda Henry, Assistant Superintendent, to serve as acting superintendent in the event of the superintendent's absence, with full authority to carry out the duties and responsibilities of the superintendent, effective immediately and continuing through the end of the 2025-26 school year.
Is there support?
Support.
Motion made by Dr. Blau, supported by Mrs. Heinrich, to authorize Rhonda Henry to serve as acting superintendent in the event of the superintendent's absence. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Mr. Hull.
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich.
Yes.
Dr. Blau.
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. Look at you guys, superheroes. Very good.
Some of that reading was in question. These did not come with super eyesight.
Yeah, they didn't.
I
You still
know,
need your
I have to put my
glasses?
glasses back on.
All right, now we will move to our annual organizational meeting. This is our annual process where we identify officers for this next year. The first thing I'd like to do is thank everyone who has served in the past year as an officer. I know that it is an additional time commitment, and so I appreciate that, and I especially appreciate that, Dr. Turner, that you not only decided to, accept the appointment, but also stepped in as our secretary, because I know there's a fair amount of work associated with that. So thank you to all current officers and trustees. Now we will go through the process of identifying who the next president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer of the board will be. The process will move as follows. The chair will call for nominations for each position, one at a time, beginning with the office of president. After a nomination, no second is required. I'll then recognize the nomination and ask if there are any other nominations. If there are further nominations, we will continue to go through that process, and then we'll close the nominations when there are no more nominations. If there are no other nominations other than one, if there are more than one nomination, we'll do a roll call vote on each of those nominations in the order that they came in. The first nominee with the majority vote will be considered elected. If there is only one nomination and no further nominations, it will be declared that that nominee is elected by unanimous consent. You'll agree with yes?
Just going through, did you say there's a nomination? Does it have to be seconded?
It does not need to be seconded.
But then does the person have to accept the
The
nomination?
person does not need to accept the nomination.
Oh, they don't need to accept it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can you nominate yourself for that or position, or someone else has to nominate?
You can. There's nothing saying that you cannot do that.
Yes, you can.
Mhm. Okay. Are we ready? Are there any nominations for president? Mrs. Heinrich,
I'll nominate Terry Weems for president.
are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
Nominate myself for no.
Yeah, for
I won't be
what,
All right.
30 minutes?
If there are no other nominations, then it seems weird to declare myself president.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
for willingness to serve.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, the next is vice president. Are there any nominations for vice president? This is Dr. Blau.
I nominate Mr. Donald Walker to serve as our vice president for the coming year.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing no other nominations, Donald Walker will serve as our vice president. Congratulations to Donald Walker. The next office is secretary, Mrs. Heinrich.
I would like to nominate Dr. Cheryl Blau as secretary.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, Dr. Blau, thank you for serving as secretary. The next is treasurer. Yes, Dr. Blau.
I would like to nominate Ms. Heinrich for the position of board treasurer for the coming year.
Are there any other nominations for treasurer? Then I declare that Mrs. Heinrich is our treasurer, and so our officers are Terry Weems is president, Donald Walker is vice president, Dr. Blau is secretary, and Mrs. Heinrich as treasurer. Congratulations. Thank you, board, for this process. Okay, you guys made it easy. Next, we will move to items from the treasurer.
I move that the Board of Education approve the expenditures as outlined in the expenditure printout dated June 17th, 2025 as follows. General Fund, $12,934,735. General Fund Athletics, $202,470. Capital Projects 2020 Bond Fund, $636,151. Capital Projects 2023 Bond Fund, $310,541. Nutrition Services Fund, $413,457. Benefit Stabilization Fund, $1,397,475. Total, $15,894,829.
Support.
Motion made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner, to approve the expenditure report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion passes. Is there another motion for the bank and investment institutions?
I move that the board authorize for the 2025-2026 school year the deposit of school funds in the following financial institutions: J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A., Comerica Bank, Livingston County Credit Union, Bank of America, Citizens Bank, Fifth Third Bank, Fifth Third Bank for Michigan Liquid Asset Fund, Huntington National Bank, PNC Bank, Flagstar Bank, Independent Bank, First Merchants Bank, and authorize the investment of surplus funds through the following financial institutions: Michigan Liquid Asset Fund, Fifth Third Bank, Bank of America, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A., Comerica Bank, Fifth Third Bank, and authorize the following Farmington Public Schools signatories for the listed funds for 2025-26. Farmington Public Schools authorized bank signatories funds are General Fund, Debt Fund, Capital Projects Fund, Nutrition Services Fund, Student Activities Fund, and Benefit Stabilization Fund. And the position of signatory for all of those is Board President and Board Treasurer.
Motion made to approve the banks and signatories as previously read, supported by Dr. Turner. Is there any discussion? Do we have a roll call for banks?
Mr. Ho?
Yes.
Dr. Blau?
Yes.
Ms. Heinrich?
Yes.
I myself, yes. Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
Ms. Williams?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Heinrich.
I move to approve the consent agenda as follows. A, approval of minutes. 1, June 3rd, 2025, special meeting closed session. 2, June 3rd, 2025, regular meeting. 3, June 11th, 2025, community engagement meeting. 4, June 12th, 2025, special meeting, board trustee interviews. 5, June 13th, 2025, board retreat. B, Head Start Director's Monthly Report. C, personnel items. D, recommendation for approval of salary schedule non-unit. And E, recommendation for approval of salary schedule non-affiliated NA.
Support.
Motion to approve the consent agenda made by Mrs. Heinrich, supported by Dr. Turner. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? That motion passes. All right. Are there any reports from board representatives? Seeing none, we will move to the board vacancy appointment. As everyone knows, there were originally 16 people who expressed an interest in joining the board. A few of them were deemed ineligible, and so we were left with, I believe it was a group of 13 who were slotted for interviews, and one person was unable to make, two people, sorry, were unable to make their interviews. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8, 9, 10, 13. Yes. So there are a total of, I just counted and I forgot, 11 folks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 11 people who we interviewed and were considering. They are Sarah Herveri, I apologize, Clark Doty, James Nolan Munns, William Lubaway, Winter Wyrick Fahum, John Ferris, Kevin J. Hammer, Gwendolyn Brantley, Brittany Wright, Amber Richmond, and Ronald Racinto. Those are the folks who interviewed for positions. Those interviews took place last Thursday on June 12th. I will say that I was pretty impressed with the caliber of folks that are seeking appointment. I was very, very happy that we got a really good group of people to choose from. For me, it's a pretty difficult position in one respect, but it's also slightly, I don't want to say easy, in the sense that there are several people that I would feel very comfortable being at the table. So I think what makes the most sense is for us as a board to identify the top 3 candidates. And I think that based off of some high-level discussions that we had at our board retreat when we were talking about succession planning, thinking about the type of person that we think would best be suited for the board at this time, we were thinking about the work that we have to do ahead, inclusive of continuing to engage with our community, thinking about long-term facilities planning, thinking about the skill sets that might be needed there. We also were considering the skill sets that we believe we already have here on the board, and so wanting to not necessarily duplicate some of the skill sets that we already have, but thinking about how we can expand or broaden those skill sets. We also talked a little bit about wanting to be more representative of our community. Those were the kinds of things that came up. And so I think with that in mind, we might be able to start with identifying the top 3 candidates amongst this group on the board. So I will soon ask everyone to identify their top 3 candidates in no particular order. The 3 people who receive the most votes will then go on to the second round. And at that point, in the second round, well, let me start with the first round. If a person is tied as part of this pick your top 3, if we have, 4 people because 2 people have the same number of votes, we will do a vote off of those 2 in order to get to our top 3. And then once we've identified our top 3, we'll have another discussion, and then we will move on to identify our top 2. And we will be asking you to rank your top 2 in your order of preference, 1 and 2, and the person who is your number 1 will receive 2 points, and the person who is your number 2 will receive 1 point, and we will add those up. For both of these processes, I will ask you to write your name on your paper, because I will need to, for purposes of the Open Meetings Act, read off who you are voting for each one of these processes. I'm going to pause because I said a lot and make sure that everyone's following. Did you have a question, Dr. Blau? No? Okay. Did anyone want to have discussion before we talk about or put in our votes for the top 3? Mrs. Heinrich?
I just want to thank all the candidates. I mean, I was really impressed with, I want to thank our community, and in particular, I want to thank all the candidates, because I was really impressed with your willingness to serve, your presentation, your preparation, your willingness to come and put yourself out here. And, it takes a risk to ask for an appointment. And I feel comfortable that we have many, many qualified candidates to choose from, and I really appreciate the community, and I think that however it plays out, I think that our school district is going to benefit from the willingness of our community, and I want to ask that everybody that applied to continue to look for ways to continue to be involved and continue to serve the school district, because board commitment is a long-term commitment, but there's so many different ways to serve, and there's going to be continued opportunities in the future to serve, even if it doesn't work out on this particular occasion.
Thank you. Are there any further comments? With that, then I will ask you to write down your top 3 in no particular order, and then you can pass those forward when you've completed.
Gill.
Thank you. Okay, I will start with myself. Oh.
Do you need somebody to tally?
No, I will tally. I just went blind. I need my superhero glasses. Terry Weems, Clark Doty, John Ferris, and Ron Racinto. Claudia Heinrich, Ronald Racinto, Clark Doty, and John Ferris. Thomas Hull, Ronald Racinto, Clark Doty, and John Ferris. Cheryl Blau, Ronald Racinto, Clark Doty, and John Ferris. And Dr. Turner, Ronald Racinto, Clark Doty, and John Ferris. Wow. Well, I guess we all had very similar thoughts and opinions. So I want to thank everyone who came along with Mrs. Heinrich. I think that we had a really great group of people, and I think this really comes down to wanting to see our board be more reflective of some of the other skill sets that we think we need. We got a lot of educators in the group, and I love that. We felt like we had a lot of that representation already. And so I think that that's probably reflective of how this came out. So now I think what we need to do is we need to rank our top 2. And so please make sure that you write your first one first, clearly indicating who is your top choice and who is your second choice. Your top choice will receive 2 votes. Your second choice will receive 1 vote. And then we will add that up. Did I miss a person?
Yeah, me.
Oh, okay. I don't think I need to do the math. Dr. Turner votes for Ron Racinto and Clark Doty. Claudia Heinrich votes for Ronald Racinto and Clark Doty. Dr. Blau votes for Ron Racinto and Clark Doty. Thomas Hull votes for Ron Racinto and Clark Doty. And Terry Weems votes for Ron Racinto and Clark Doty. And so, well, you guys are pretty efficient, and we probably need some more diversity on our board. Pardon?
Not in thought.
Not in thought. So with that, I want to congratulate Mr. Ronald Racinto. We will reach out to him and let him know the news and invite him to begin the process of onboarding. I will say that thank you again to all of the candidates. In the event we have another vacancy between now and the end of the year, this is the pool that we will be pulling from. So that everyone knows. We may decide, we will be a new board with a new person coming on, and we'll have to decide again as a board whether we want to go out and do interviews again with the same group of people or not. All right, well, with that said, I think we've come to the adjournment of the meeting. I will call this meeting to adjournment, and I wish you all a great summer.